Well, welcome back, Number Ninjas. In this lesson, we are going to learn the flip side of our multiples. We're going to find the factors of our whole numbers. In fact, the fourth grade standards require that we be able to find all factor pairs for the whole numbers between 1 and 100. And we have a really cool strategy that makes this process easy. So first, let's remind ourselves, what are factors? Well, factors are the two numbers that you multiply to find the product or the answer to a multiplication problem. So in the equation, 3 times 4 equals 12. 3 and 4 are both factors, and 12 is the product. Now, connecting this to our previous lesson, 12, the product, is also a multiple of both factors. 12 is a multiple of 3. It's also a multiple of 4. So essentially, finding the factors of a whole number is just the reverse of finding its multiples. How many different ways can I multiply two numbers, two factors, and come up with a product of 12? Well, I can multiply 1 times 12 and get a product of 12. The number 1 is always going to be a factor for every number. The identity property of multiplication reminds us that 1 times any number is going to equal that same number. Easy enough. But wait, what about 2 times 6? 2 times 6 equals 12 also, which means that 12 has 6 different factors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. These are also known as factor pairs. 3 and 4 are a factor pair for 12. 1 and 12 is a factor pair, and 2 and 6 is a factor pair. So let's stop for a minute. How can we be sure that we will remember all the factors of a number? Well, no worries, because we have a strategy that will guarantee that we don't accidentally forget a factor pair. We call this strategy a factor rainbow. So, as you already know, factors come in pairs. 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Those are the factor pairs for the number 12. So we're going to use this in a visual process to make sure we don't miss any. Let's factor the number 18. To begin this process, I'm going to draw one bow in my rainbow. And I'm going to label it 18 on top as my reminder. All factor rainbows start the same way. You put a 1 on the left and your original number on the right. That's because 1 times 18 will always equal 18. 1 times your original number will always equal that original number. So next, I'm going to write the numbers 1 through 9 somewhere on the side next to my rainbow. I'm going to circle my 1 because 1 is always a factor for any whole number. So next, I'm going to look at my 2. Sorry. I'm going to look at the 2. Is 2 a factor for the number 18? Well, yes, 18 is an even number, so 2 has to be a factor. The multiples of 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Oh yeah, 2 times 9 is equal to 18. So what I do, I add a bow to my rainbow. 2 times 9 equals 18. 2 worked. I'm going to circle my 2. Well, let's try 3. Does 3 work? Let's see, the multiples of 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Yes, 3 times 6 is 18, so I can add another bow to my rainbow. 3 times 6 is 18. And I'm going to circle my 3, make sure I don't lose my place. So what about the number 4? Let's see the multiples of 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Wait, I landed on 16, then 20, I didn't hit 18, so 4 must not be a factor of 18. Let's cross out that 4. What about 5? The multiples of 5 are 5, 10, 15, 20. I jumped from 15 to 20, so 5 must not be a factor of 18. Wow, I don't even need to go any further. I've already found 6. 6 worked. It was on the other side. When your factor rainbow meets like this in the middle, you can be certain that you found them all. So the factors of 18 are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. The factor pairs would be 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. So now let's look at your homework paper. What I would like you to do is practice this new factor rainbow strategy with these whole numbers. For your first rainbow, try to find all the factors for the number 20. And for your second rainbow, see if you can identify all the factors for the number 24. Now this strategy takes a little practice, but it's a simple, foolproof way to find all of the factors of a number without worrying that you have forgotten some. Keep track of any questions you might have, and be ready to have some factoring fun in class tomorrow. Happy factoring!